Gemini, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are brand new to the channel, I'm JT. Welcome in. Hit that thumbnail. Check it out. If you haven't subscribed yet, you guys, hit that subscription button, okay? And don't forget to turn your notifications on. We are going to do a general reading. So before we get started, though, I have the 3 poems from Haiku Corner for you, okay? All right, welcome back, Gemini. Keep this in mind. This is just going to be a general reading. So, if the energy fits, take it. If it doesn't, let it go. Ain't going to hurt my feelings. No big deal. Anyway, we're going to take a look at your current energy. I'll give you the down low. This camera is going to bounce in and out. It's trying to capture the, get focused on the cards. But when I'm shuffling, it's going to bounce in and out. So I apologize. You can go ahead and fast forward to the reading if you'd like. But it's just a temporary thing because it will focus in. I will show you the cards up close, but we're going to look at your present energy. We're going to take a look at your crossing challenge. We're going to look at the foundation, what's lying underneath maybe, the recent past. We're going to look at the possibilities. We're going to look at the near future. We're going to look at what your stance is on the situation, the environment around you. We're going to look at the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries of the situation. And then we'll finish off with the outcome and direction for Gemini, okay? And we will use clarify cards if we need to along the way. The story may start off slow, but let the cards unfold. Stick with me, and we can always learn something from the tarot, okay? All right, so let's get started. I'll lay these all out, then we'll go over them together, all right? Currently, present energy, King of Cups. Crossing challenge, Queen of Pentacles. So we have a king and a queen together there. In the foundation, we have the 4 of Cups. In the recent past, we have the 9 of Pentacles. In the possibilities, we have the 8 of Swords. In the near future, we have the 10 of Swords. In the self, we have the Knight of Wands. In the environment around you, the 5 of Cups. The hopes, fears, wishes, and worries, we have the 5 of Wands. And then the outcome and direction, we have the 7 of Pentacles. I'll let you take a look at that if you can see it. Okay, we're going to take a look right now at your current energy. And we've got the King of Cups. So, is it love? Is it a relationship? I am seeing wands here. It is sitting, you're crossing challenges, the Queen of Pentacles. So this could have been an offering that you're making or about to make, as the King of Cups is stable in the emotional self, or at least emotionally grounded. Okay, there's not a lot that can tip the king. Okay, we do have your crossing challenge being the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be talking about, say, a soul contract or somebody high influential. This could be a feminine energy that you're looking for. It doesn't have to be. The roles could be reversed. But I do feel like this is some kind of a a relationship either coming together or you're unsure of, okay? And as I look down, I'm seeing, we'll kind of, like I said, go forward and we'll figure out what's going on, but I'll let you look. We've got this underlying energy is the Four of Cups, okay? So the cups are emotions. You know, in your head, you know, you have the three cups down below. You've really been focused on something that's got you kind of blocked. Got you, this could be a blocked situation too. It doesn't have to be, but I feel like maybe, you know, I'm also seeing the Eight of Swords over here as well. Five of Wands, and these are all indicative of emotions. These are all, you know, and basically you've got a Knight of Wands over here, which is passion, fire, romance, but it's also emotional discovery as well. So maybe you're coming around with, maybe the emotions are like overwhelming right now. There's something that's going on, emotionally overwhelming you. So it's really got you, it's got you in the place where maybe you're blocked, you know, as far as like artistically blocked. It could be a situation like if you're in a relationship and you feel like it's going no further, or this could be something as simple as, you know, like finances, bills, something like that that's really piled up on you, and you're just kind of really focused heavily on this. Now, we're going to clarify as we go, but something along those means. It's got you, other than being able to move forward, you're really stuck in your head about some things, emotional wise, and you know, so it could be, you know, simple as just everyday life, bills, and, you know, finances, these kinds of things. But we're going to keep going and we'll look, all right? And that was in the foundation. So in the recent past, there is this, you know, Nine of Pentacles energy. This could be talking about, you know, just basically that there might have been a moment in the past where you felt like, you know, your wages, you were in a healthy place. Doesn't have to be, but what I'm meaning is that there could have been something in the past that where you felt very supported, okay, financial wise, and perhaps you've moved out and away from a situation where now you're no longer financially supported the way you were, or you would like to get back to that place. This could also talk about a nurturing aspect, so it could be like a mother figure of some kind, or at least a high feminine energy that you look up to, that feels very comfortable, feels very warm, safe, the environment, in other words. So the pentacles represent that general health, wealth, stability kind of thing. So there's a stable, you know, kind of a stable feeling within this Nine of Pentacles energy here for the recent past. And this could have been yesterday. It could have been the day before. It could have been someone from your past. This could be a mother figure, or like I said, somebody you look up to in the recent past. We're going to move on now, and we're going to look at this possibilities here. So when I see the Eight of Swords in the possibilities, you know, as above, so below, the illusion of something. And I'm sure, almost certain it's really focused in on this Four of Cups energy, okay? But something's got you really, really wrapped up, you know, got you in the thoughts that, is this an illusion? Is the things that I've been feeling, is it real? Is it not real? If we're talking about relationship related, this could be that on off again type of energy. Something from the past, part of that part of that Nine of Pentacles energy that you're craving, but yet you haven't had that feeling in a while. It's the illusion card, so it's like time to take off the mask, time to remove the blindfold and turn around and walk towards the castle, but you're withheld for some reason. You're holding back. In other words, you're trying to, this is kind of like a deliberate state. And I mean that with no disrespect at all. But what I mean is this is a deliberate move saying that I need to stay here for a while. And this could be like breaking a comfort zone of some kind. You know, kind of like the feeling of stepping out of a safe place and into the unknown. So it's like baby steps, real small and calculated kind of an energy. I don't know. We'll keep looking, see what's going on here. So in the next line of fire, right? We're talking about the near future. So we have the Ten of Swords. So Gemini, you're putting an end to something. And whether that is emotional instability, we are talking about these Four of Cups emotions. If this is a relationship, this near future is looking as though you're trying to put an end to it. Okay. It could also represent that perhaps, there was this mother figure in your mix here. That was in the recent past. So maybe there's something about that figure that was in your life that maybe you're no longer a part of, or maybe realizing there's maybe some traumatic wounding or something that's had taken place. And you're you put a kibosh to it. You put an end to it. It doesn't have to be that, but I'm just kind of seeing that. I'm definitely seeing that there's the illusion of this, and I get the feeling of some kind of a past situation. Could be advice, could be something you hear or something that helps you to decide to put an end to something. I'm not sure. We're going to keep going, though. Okay, so now you're showing up as the Knight of Wands energy here, okay? And so, like I said before, while the Knight of Wands is definitely this passionate, fire, romantic energy, it's also emotional clarity. It is like coming in quickly. So you could be discovering things about yourself, your emotions, things that are important to you, things that you value, okay? Excuse me, but and like I said, I'm not really getting the sense of this being tied not necessarily to like a love, romance, or relationship. It could be, because the Knight of Wands is a fiery, romantic type of energy. But remember, your crossing challenge was the Queen of Pentacles, so it's more like the relationship that you had with the particular person. And I feel like that challenge is that maybe you're starting to see things about, let's say, parents or grandparents, or not even necessarily parents as much as, let's say, societal bullshit rules or things like that you're just waking up to, and you're realizing that, not all that glitters is gold. Not everything that was spoken to me is the true, you're realizing that while they may have tried their best, the best wasn't always the best. Okay. And I feel like you're just kind of coming into this knowing, this awareness of that. Okay. The reason I say that is because your next card coming out, okay, in the self is really like, it's that walking away, kind of like, you're feeling the loss of this. The environment around you, it feels like that. It's like, it's almost, well, I mean, it kind of gives me that same energy as like the Five of or the Eight of Cups. But it feels like a loss. It feels like you lost someone. If this was a relationship wise, you lost that. You lost that feeling. Or if this is emotions towards someone, there's such an imbalance. There's something not panning out. But you do got two cups behind you there, right? The journey that you're on is just a temporary situation. So, you've got a river to cross, a bridge to cross, get to the castle, get to the other side, so to speak. But it's like you're just feeling this kind of a loss, of whatever that may be. Okay. And now in the, the hopes, fears, wishes, and the worries, you have this Five of Wands. Once again, it's more emotional. And like I said, this reading is chock full of emotional. It's like pain and suffering, but yet you're gaining clarity on it. So somebody could be very well waking up, having a spiritual enlightenment or an awakening of some kind. But this is the battle of the mind. It could be chaos around you, could be the environment around you, And like I said, this could be a relationship that is like just kind of unfolded, and it's really a state of ego. It's a state of ego clashing, my ideas, your ideas of whatever it is. And so that's why that Five of Cups energy is, it followed that Five of Cups energy. You know what I mean? Like, definitely a loss. No matter what you do, there's just a sense of an imbalance, a stalemate, so to speak. So with the Five of Wands energy being that, like I said, it's a chaos of the mind and energy. It could be a chaos around you, surrounding you, which is totally okay. That shit happens. But the outcome and direction is what's important here. It's that Seven of Pentacles energy. It says, okay, while this is around you, this energy that is around you, this emotional awakening to ideas, could be a relationship that has the fiery romance has gone away, and you're in the ego mind battling. You're still trying to stay focused. And that is an important part of this journey. It's like, okay, well, what the hell do I do now? So I pull back, I focus in on my work, I focus in on myself, and I just want to know, what kind of fruition is going to come from this. So I want to clarify the Seven of Pentacles for you, Gemini. I want to find out what the Seven of Pentacles could represent for you, okay? Okay, let's let the universe, your God, your place of peace, your sanctuary of the mind, whatever that is for you, whatever the enlightenment energy that you need, your answer, your beliefs, whatever, your power, higher authority, whatever that is. What does this Seven of Pentacles represent for Gemini? What does this Seven of Pentacles represent? Okay, brand new beginning. Sorry about the camera, you guys. So yeah, the Fool, right? I think you're ready to take back your sovereignty. It feels to me like you're ready to take back a piece of you that you may have lost, okay? A brand new beginning, a brand new start, starting over from scratch with brand new beliefs, brand new ambition, brand new goals, okay? And perhaps there is a sense of nostalgia in that, but yet I still get this feeling like you're just constantly focused, and it makes sense with Gemini. You have, I'm not saying you have multiple personal disorder, multiple personality, but you do, because you're Gemini, you're the twin. So there's a lot to take in. And you are a mutable sign, meaning that you can adapt to just about any situation, but you got to know your path, okay? So it feels like there's just a little bit of questioning yourself, and when you do that, your brain's trying to comfort you with all kinds of lies about the past. And so that can kind of talk yourself out of this brand new beginning, this brand new start, this new adventure, this new path that I'd like to choose or like to step out into. Excuse me. Yeah. So, okay. If your current energy is this King of Cups, it's a loving, emotional energy. You have a lot of love to give, okay? And if you're reaching out towards this Queen of Pentacles energy, and then, so maybe this is part of that brand new energy. It doesn't have to apply, but it could apply. If the brand new journey is no longer allowing the emotional instability, trying to gain a balance on that, things that used to tip you, you're making an attempt to try to try something new with that. If we're talking about the emotional clarity side of things, that's what I want to know. Let's clarify this Five of Wands energy. So the Five of Wands energy showed up in this hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. Okay, so what is it you're worried about, Gemini? What are you worried about? Okay. It is the Queen of Swords, okay? So the Queen of Swords energy, it's communication. It is, or the lack thereof. We are talking about all our other air signs as well here, but if I'm clarifying the Five of Wands as emotional, say, turmoil, chaos, whatever it is, it could be that you need to speak more kindly to the very fact of what your brain is doing, you know, at the time whenever this emotional chaos and turmoil takes place. It's like, are you so used to pushing down emotions for others that you stopped listening to your own clarity, because it does represent clarity, okay? Or are you, now the Queen is also kind of an avoidant energy, okay? And what I mean by that is that not always speaking their mind when they need to. And so I kind of get that sense, if this was a relationship related, it would be that you would speak up finally. Protect yourself, protect your boundaries, protect your emotions, protect those things that are sacred to you, that they feel important to you. And perhaps there may be a situation where you needed to say something and you didn't say something or speak up, okay? That would be the avoidancy side of that. Not a terrible thing, but it felt like something needed to be said. And I feel like with that Five of Wands energy that we saw, that there is definitely some kind of something going on, whether this is relationship related or more in the interior, the emotional side, that you need to speak up and you didn't. Okay, so this would be calling you out to speak up. Okay, so if you're crossing challenges to Queen of Pentacles, let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles for you. What does this Queen of Pentacles mean for Gemini? What's the meaning of the Queen of Pentacles in this reading? Okay. The Death card shows up. So the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Death. It is gaining a neutral position with this Queen of Pentacles energy. So it's either rising up to match this other, if you're in the divine masculine state, it would be rising up to match that that energy. If you're in the divine feminine, it would be rising up to match that. But the Death could be putting an end, like I said, a brand new start. You had the Fool card, so it could be a brand new beginning with a Queen of Pentacles energy, or on the opposite side, a divine masculine pentacle energy. Okay. Interesting read here. Okay. We could be talking about Scorpio energy as well, but it doesn't have to be, but we could be. So maybe someone might be Scorpio in your energy. I'm not really getting a direction as much as I am. It's sort of like speaking to your heart space, speaking to your mind. Are you gentle with yourself? Do you take enough time to focus on yourself? Is it reciprocated? Are you in a relationship where that's not reciprocated? Where there is a stalemate. You know, you do have the Five of Wands as an energy present. It could be a chaos around you. So I feel like in order to balance out, in order to get that Death card neutrality, which is what it represents, that it's really asking you to focus inward on yourself. There's a brand new journey that's about to start with you. And this could be a younger energy. That doesn't have to be a younger energy, but it could mean a more immature type of energy in the environment, okay? Yeah, so Gemini, I'm not sure where the hell to go. It's kind of like this is drawing too many different energies here, which is part of that chaos energy. So why don't we just do a shuffle and see what the universe wants to say to Gemini, okay? Is there any advice here that the universe might have for Gemini. Let's see. The Three of Pentacles. Collaboration. Third-party energies. Let's build something together. Let's communicate together. You know, this is a collaboration of people, right? Sharing ideas. This could be you. This could be you wanting to share ideas, or this could be someone coming towards you that wants to as part of that new full journey here. Sharing ideas, collaborate, okay? Maybe that might help with the Queen of Swords energy. If there's a tendency to be avoidant, reaching out and talking about those things. But it could also be that there's third-party influences from the exterior that are whispering in your ear, this or that, this or that, this or that, and that's keeping you in that stuck position, especially if you're an artist of some kind. And whatever it is about that has got you blocked, because I do feel like with the present energy, that Four of Cups, that there is that definite standstill. There's an emotional standstill, and it could be blocked artistically as well. You have the Five of Cups energy. Also, it feels like this lost, stagnant, you know, kind of just things lingering on, not really moving forward, not seeing the progress that you need. Gemini, I love you. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. This very moment is where you're supposed to be. Don't let life throw logic at you, okay? You're a very high spiritual being having a human experience. And the quicker you can grasp that, the quicker that you can understand that our logical brains, they need tangible things so that we can be satisfied. You're an artist, okay? And you're also the Fool. So let that new exploration, let that new idea, that new, whatever it is, that new spark, let that just be that, okay? Don't try to read too much more into it. Allow the flow to take place. There are going to be times where you're on fire. There are going to be times where you're not. Don't try to push yourself in the times you're not, because it'll burn you out. In fact, it'll burn you out faster than it will anybody else in the whole zodiac, okay? You are multiple. You are the twins. You are dual, okay? And so both sides of your energy, they need to feel comfort and safe. And so what I'm getting at is that take your time and just allow whatever this represents for you, whether this is emotional clarity from past experiences, traumatic wounding, pains, whatever it is, whether this is relationship related, that you're moving towards a new romance or a new experience with someone, whatever it is, allow yourself to open up, allow yourself to speak, because you're the Queen of Swords shows up, okay? Which means kind of that tendency to be avoidant. So don't worry about that, because the Three of Pentacles is showing itself as a clarifying card for the Death card. There's going to be a time where things become a little more neutral, a little more settled down. You're going to feel a little more present with yourself. I believe that's when that Three of Pentacles energy is going to take place. Whether that is outside influences, or whether that is you reciprocating ideas back and forth or sharing with somebody. Just remember, you are the Seven of Pentacles, okay? You are a person who knows how to invest in themselves and in the things that you do, you know? So whether that's art, whether that's music, whether that's love, passion, fire, romance, whether that's, you know, that you're a gardener, or you're, you know, it could go on and on and on. Invest back into yourself, remain solace, remain in that energy, remain present. And I feel like everything is going to slowly start to reveal itself to you. So Gemini, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you got something from it. I hope it was confirmation. If it was, give it a thumbs up. Okay. Leave comments if you'd like. Anyway, turn those notifications on and make sure you get the next readings. All right. All right. I love you. Bye.